Hi guys, welcome to episode 8 of me trying to fix my Genshin account. In today's episode, I'm going to be doing a lot of different stuff and it might get a little bit chaotic. But as of right now, in the beginning of this video, we're going to be fighting some weekly bosses. And also, I wanted to say that my goal in basically posting this series is to improve as many of the characters that I have that I've been slacking off on. I've been slacking off on building a lot of characters, so that's why I named this series Fixing My Genshin Account, because there's still a lot of room to improve even in the characters that I have already built. But in this series, we're not focusing on the ones that I managed to build. We're focusing on the ones that are not built yet, even though I did have them for quite some time. And my goal is to try and finish floor 12 of the Abyss at least once in my life, because I'm only managed to do it once and I didn't get the full amount of stars. So that's definitely something that I want to work on, and I need some more teams in the Abyss. I'm not lacking characters, it's just that certain teams don't work the way that I want them to work. And obviously I know it's all about the team synergies and all of that stuff, but I would like to have as many characters built as I possibly can for the future Abyss cycles, because certain characters work better in certain cycles of the Abyss. And also the Imaginarium Theater, I can complete it on hard mode. I cannot complete it on the even harder mode because I don't have enough characters. So that is my goal here. Right now I am obviously focusing mostly on 5-star characters. I know a lot of the characters that I have can be really helpful and could be really great DPSs, supports. I just never really bothered to use them or build them, so that's why I'm making this series. Anyways, I hope that you will enjoy watching this video, and welcome. Okay, and after I finish doing this weekly boss, I'm gonna move on and I'm gonna take care of Morlani's weapon. I wanted to level up her weapon because she has been an amazing character to have. I've been very satisfied with the amount of damage that she has been doing. And yeah, and as you can see, I'm over here and I'm trying to craft these masks. My issue was that I was missing one mask, but obviously going to a domain once is not that hard and it's not that much work, so I did that. I was also missing some other stuff. I don't know if they're called white manifestations or something like that, but I was missing those. And After doing this domain, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna walk around Natlan and fight the enemies. Now this is where it gets a little bit chaotic. I decided that I'm gonna go craft some talent level up materials for Jean because I use her in the Abyss very often. She has been a very great healer and she has been a really big help in my gameplay when I usually try to do the Abyss. Obviously her talents are, yeah, you can see the level is pretty low, but I am slowly trying to, you know, get through it. And then as the last thing that I did, I decided that I'm gonna go and use the rest of the resin that I had that day to get some talent level up materials for catching, because I am also kind of focused on leveling up her talents. And now this is footage from another day, and I decided to level up some of Molani's talents because, as you can see, they were not on the highest level. And after I did that, I decided that I'm gonna go and fight some weekly bosses again. A boss. I decided that I'm gonna fight the narwhal again. I was really struggling that day to finish fighting this weekly boss. Usually I don't, well, it depends on the day for sure, but usually I don't really struggle that much. And this time, as you can see, my Bennett is deceased, my Arlecchino is low on HP, my Kazuha is also kind of low on his HP. It took me longer than usually to fight this boss. I even had to eat some foods to be able to finish this weekly boss run. But the thing is, I don't want this video to be boring, so I'm gonna cut as much footage of me fighting the weekly bosses for the second time, because it's just pointless for you to watch me fight them a couple of times during, you know, one video. And so you're just mostly going to see me claim the rewards from the weekly bosses. I obviously also had to heal my characters after fighting the narwhal, because like I said, I was struggling. It is kind of funny that I sometimes struggle while fighting the narwhal specifically. But you know, I should be devastated or something like that, but it kind of makes me laugh that I am still able to struggle in certain situations when someone could say that like my characters are built very nicely. And now we are going to move on. We are gonna go and fight the boss that Alhaitham needs for his Ascension, because in the last video I said that he will be the first Dendro character that I will build, and I'm keeping that promise that I made to myself, because I have tried him out a couple of times now, and he does pretty good damage. So his artifacts are still not the best, but like I said in some of the previous videos, I don't really like artifact farming unless I get really good artifacts, and when I level up the artifacts, the substats go the way that I want them to. Recently, like yesterday or a couple of hours ago, I'm not really sure, my memory is kind of bad sometimes, I decided to check out the builds that my friends on Genshin have on their characters. I decided to check those builds out, and I was we're friends on Genshin, but I don't really know them personally. I decided to check their builds, and I was shocked to see how lucky some of the artifacts are. At one point, I think I saw an artifact that had the main stat was crit rate, and it was like 30-something% of crit rate. And the substats mostly went into like crit damage. It was like 40% crit damage or like 30% like on the substats, right? I was so shocked to see that, because that has never happened to me. If you looked at the artifacts that I have on my characters, they're not bad, but still, I'm kind of a competitive person, and well, not competitive, but I would like my characters to be as great as they can be. And I know that if I did not take any breaks from the game in the past, they probably would be built even better than they are built right now. And as you could have noticed, after doing the Ascension boss for Alhaitham, I went over and did a domain because I wanted to level up Jean's talents a little bit more, since you know, like I said, I have been using her for quite some time, and her talents were quite, you know, low. And after leveling up Jean's talents, I decided to look through the characters that I have and decide which characters' talents I want to level up. There weren't that many options, but I'm quite happy that it landed on the character that it did land on, because the character is Alhaitham, and I did not realize that I had so many of the talent level up materials for Sumeru characters. Probably, I think that if I ever get to this stage in gameplay where I'm really focused on the characters from Sumeru, like let's say Tainari and Dea and maybe some other ones, if I one day level them up, I will probably be really stacked on their talent level up materials, and thankfully, because that means that I just won't have to farm them. And when it comes to Alhaitham, I was kind of confused as to the artifact set that I wanted to use for him, because both the set that gives the elemental mastery and the one that gives, you know, Dendro damage bonus, both of these sets are great for him. And first I kind of thought, obviously the artifacts are still not leveled up at this point in the video, and right here, as you can see, I'm looking for the artifact domain on the screen, and I wasn't really able to find it, so I had to go into the training guide. I also kind of looked through the things that I still possibly need to do in the future with other characters. Whenever I click on the training guide, I'm just so fascinated by how much stuff I need to do, and I was kind of confused as to what artifact set I wanted to build him with, and in the end let's start from the beginning. In the beginning, I decided to give him the set that gives him elemental mastery, but it was kind of hard getting the stats and substats that I wanted for him. And I also thought about building him on the Dendro damage bonus. I thought about building him that way too, but then I was like, maybe not. So in the end, I kind of just settled on a 2-piece set of the elemental mastery set and a 2-piece set of the Dendro damage bonus set. And finally, after I managed to get enough materials to ascend Alhaitham, I did just that. I was missing some books, but I decided that still, like, it's not that bad, and I decided that I'm gonna level up his talents finally. And after that, I decided that I'm gonna go try him out and see how much damage he does. His weapon is not on the highest level. His weapon is actually on a very low level, so there was still a lot of room to improve. His artifacts as well are not the best. And now we are moving on to the point in the video where we are going to be watching footage from the third day. And you know, I decided it's better for me to make videos that way, just, you know, a couple of videos from a couple of different days, because I managed to do more in one video. And basically what I'm going to be doing after I defeat this boss, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna farm some artifacts for Alhaitham. Like I said before, I was a little bit confused on what artifact set to give to him, and this was a really good artifact, by the way. So I just decided to give him 2 different artifact sets, you know, 2 pieces, and both from this domain, because I thought that it was the best idea. Like, it wasn't that hard getting good artifacts that way. When you go for, you know, a 4-piece set, it's way harder. I feel like it's way harder to get every single piece that is, you know, like, broken. So that's what I did. I leveled up some of his artifacts at that point, but I'm not gonna really be using him right now. Now you're mostly going to see me fight his Ascension level boss a couple of times. I'm also going to be running around a little bit and collecting some other materials that he needs. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to ascend them to level 90 today in this video, but at least we farmed some materials for him. Also, I wanted to talk about 3 things. They are not really on, the same thing as the topic of this video, but this is my channel, and so, I can talk about some personal achievements of mine. 2 of which are actually involved with the game. And the 3rd thing that I want to talk about is just me kind of complaining, but whatever. So the first thing that I'm really proud of is that after like 2 or 3 years, I think 2 years, I was finally able to explore the chasm, the underground part, to 100%, finally. It was a struggle, and I know that I still don't have every single chest that is there. But I got a lot of primo gems because of it. And talking about primo gems, I have been saving. And as of right now, when I'm recording this video, I have managed to save like 20 pulls, which is quite a lot. And I don't really do primo gem. I don't really farm primo gems. Like when I explore, that is the only time that I kind of farm primo gems. And I had a really big issue with spending primo gems. Like immediately, if I had 160 primo, I would just spend it. So obviously, at the time of this recording, I had like 170 something primo gems, but I did not spend them. So yeah. And the 3rd thing that I wanted to talk about is and this is me complaining. I feel like I am going to be really sick soon. I feel like I'm going to be suffering soon because I think it's pretty common sometimes when you you're about to be really sick. You can just feel it a little bit before the sickness gets like really bad, and that's how I feel right now. I was sick recently, like a month ago. I don't know why I've been getting so sick recently. My throat is sore. I can talk. Talking isn't really painful. It's just that drinking and eating is. And that is the worst type of a sore throat. And I don't really want to suffer, but at the same time, I will kind of, not have to go to school if I am sick. So that's nice. And as you can see, we are fighting the narwhal for the 3rd time in this video. I thought that it would be kind of nice to end the video the same way that we have started it. So yeah, you can probably tell that the clips in this video were not recorded in a week. Like they were recorded in a span of like 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. But at least I did a lot in this video, and we can move on to different things faster. And since we are approaching the end of this video, I'd like to thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and if you did, you can leave a like. And yeah, I hope you will come back for more if you enjoyed watching the video. And yeah, bye.